How many people are aware of what North Carolina is doing towards the opioid epidemic? Let us explain. The opioid epidemic is a nationwide crisis. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 40% of all opioid overdose deaths are caused by prescription opioids. In North Carolina alone, nearly 16% of deaths can be attributed to an opioid overdose. This medication, naloxone, also known as Narcan, is available as a prescription, and when given to an individual in time, it can temporarily reverse an overdose, buying time for that person to receive life-saving medical attention. In 2006, the North Carolina Harm Reduction Coalition was established as a statewide grassroots agency to help battle the opioid epidemic. Since that time, volunteers with the organization have distributed these kits to community members, helping to save over 12,000 lives. To date, though, this information has only been collected on paper and pencil. We have designed a mobile app that will help streamline the data collection process. It will accurately scan and track the distribution of the kits. It will record overdose reversals, and it will help administrators within the coalition organize and mobilize community volunteers.
The Traction app was designed to streamline the naloxone kit distribution process and help organize volunteer efforts across our community. The name Traction represents both the app's data tracking functionality and the mission to support and connect community members to life-saving harm reduction resources in our community. The app supports two main functions: data review for administrator users and the ability to give volunteer users the ability to track kits by serial number. Our app was built using Ruby on Rails and React on Rails technologies. The simple and clean UI was designed for ease of use for both user groups. Our app was modeled after a progressive web app, which includes icon access from the device's home screen. From the home page and throughout, users have the ability to access built-in Spanish translation. To facilitate data tracking, we've included two methods to input kit serial numbers.
What you are seeing now is a naloxone kit like the ones distributed. Volunteers are able to either scan a QR code or manually input a serial number. We used a React component to create a QR code scanner that tracks the number of kits being scanned and their serial numbers. Due to naloxone being a prescription medication, full name and year of birth are required by law to be collected. You can see in the form that the serial numbers from both inputs have been captured. Other information collected includes county distribution data, overdose reversals, and the types of kits both distributed and used in reversals. Built-in security is essential and critical due to collecting personal information. Once submitted, the information is stored securely for administrators to review.
When an admin user is opening the session, they are going to be able to see this admin panel where they are going to be controlling and managing the users and the inventory. In this screen, they are going to be able to open and create new users. When they create a new user, they are going to require just first name, last name, and email. And when they submit the requirement, there's going to be sending an email to the user with this email, they're going to be able to reset their password. This view, that is the volunteers view, is giving them the opportunity to manage the users, update the information of the profile of the user, activate or deactivate users, giving them the traction of who is having access to the application. And at the same time, as the administrators are volunteers, they are going to have the same access as a volunteer to scan or to input a kit product into this screen. We developed these functionalities with customizing the device PGM in Ruby on Rails to split the path between the volunteers users and the admin users, and this gem is giving us the user authentication functionality too. Joanna, who is currently a volunteer, is going to continue with the functionalities.
Just like the non-admin views, these pages are styled with media queries to display well on both desktop and mobile devices. We also have the built-in bilingual functionality with English and Spanish. The admin views can have information regarding naloxone distribution and and reversal information. The inventory views can be sorted and searched by the county and city as well as other fields. And the reversal information can also be. Information can be updated to fix any errors and search through to find anything more. We've built this on React on Rails with the Ruby on Rails with Postgres SQL database for that security and flexibility to customize this for other organizations or to add features in the future. As a volunteer for the North Carolina Harm Reduction Coalition, I'm excited to be able to move from a more paper-based system to a more immediate, accurate, and more efficient way to collect data and communicate with volunteers. And we look forward to presenting this to the organization to be able to help save lives. Future planned apps for future planned features for this app include offline functionality, information regarding syringe exchanges, and exporting of data in various formats.